Welcome back, everyone, to the Fairbanks Evening News. It's time for a look at the weather. And as you can see, we're starting off with our photograph tonight. This one's sent in by Fabian Kieran, a frigid sunset. In other words, beautiful sunset in the background with the clouds in the moving across in front of it, the cold temperatures. Speaking of cold temperatures, here's what's going on at the airport right now. 38 below after a high of 32 below. The overnight low, 51 below. Yeah, it was that cold. 42 for the record high in 1945, 60 below in 1933. Sunrise this morning at 9:49. Sunset 4:22 this afternoon, which works out to 6.5 hours, a little more than 6.5 hours to daylight, a gain of 6 minutes from yesterday. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, you can see we have cloudy skies over southeast Alaska, rain and snow around Kodiak Island, blizzard conditions around the Bethel area, and up and down the west coast, looking at partly cloudy skies to the north of Bethel, with clear skies at Barrow, Fort Yukon, 36 below, and clear skies. What's going on in lower 48? So quite a bit of weather to talk about tonight. Rain over the Pacific Northwest, thunderstorms gathering momentum across parts of Texas, and snow across the Central Plains, while the eastern half of the country looks pretty good. On the satellite radar, you can see once again, look at the storm clouds gathering across Texas. That's helping to fuel some very powerful storm system expected to develop there tomorrow. In fact, our latest map is showing that looking at a lot of thunderstorm activity moving out ahead of this system and much colder air coming in behind it across the Great Lakes. And as far as our overall picture for later on this week, the jet stream way up to the north, helping to bring cold air in from Canada once again across the northeast and across the Great Lakes. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow over the northern sections, mostly clear for Barrow, winds in Nome, and partly cloudy skies with patchy ice fog in Fort Yukon, 24 below for the high there. Here in the interior, we'll be looking at fog clearing at Fairbanks, finally, flurries and warmer temperatures in the Healy area. Down to the southeastern sections, again, a lot of snow expected around Juneau, 3 to 7 inches expected there, with a couple inches possible for Ketchikan. And over to the southwest part of the state, out over the Bering Sea, also snow at Bethel, rain developing for Cold Bay and Kodiak. That's right, rain with 40 degrees at Cold Bay. And in the south central regions, light snow at Anchorage and Homer, a couple inches of snow for Valdez. Well, once again, it's time for our kids' weather. It's a new week, and we have a new school to introduce you to. This one is Tuckasuk Brown Elementary School, and tonight a young lady with a story about a storm in Mexico.
In August 2010, my mom, my brother, and I went to see our family in Mexico. A few days after we got there, it rained and flooded. We had to sweep the rain off the porch.
Thank you, Kaylee. And tomorrow night, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank, we'll have another guest here talking about a weather picture that she drew. All right, now what's going on? Our forecast for tonight, 31 below, not as cold, but still dense ice fog is possible. So please remember to keep your lights on during the day. That's the most important thing we can pass along. 10 below for the high tomorrow, considerably warmer, with some clouds and flurries possible on later on in the afternoon. And the extended forecast, this is the good news, 10 above by Wednesday, 13 by Thursday, and 15 by Friday. A little bit cooler into the weekend, and all 5 days we'll be looking at a possibility of some light snow, but overnight lows, 5 above to 0. That's a darn sight better than the 51 we had last night, right, guys?
I see no negative signs. I am taking that to the bank.
Yeah.